Hi, my name is Uriel. Welcome to Power Your Story, a podcast produced by high school students in Chicago at the Creative Impostor Studios with the support of After School Matters. Today we are talking about podcasting and tapping with a special guest, Pam from Café con Pam. Pam, welcome to the show. Can you introduce yourself for listeners?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I am Pam
Uh,
Covarrubias. I am the host of another podcast called Café con Pam, and I am also an EFT practitioner, which is also known as tapping. I'm happy to be here.
When did you start your podcast?
My podcast, I started it in October of 2016, so we just had a birthday.
Oh, muchas felicidades.
Gracias.
oh, sí.
Do you remember what was your first podcast episode about?
Yes, actually, I did an interview and I never published it. So that episode, nobody has ever heard it.
Lo queremos escuchar.
I
Ah,
don't even know
sí.
where it is.
Oh.
It's been so long ago. I know. Maybe I'll look for it and send it to you all.
Who thought you how to podcast?
Would you believe me that I'm still learning how to podcast?
Oh yeah, I'll see.
Yeah. I've been doing it for a while and I'm still every day I'm learning how to do it better and better.
Oh, oh, that's good.
Mhm.
And where do you record your podcast?
I record my podcast at home. Just I am at my home studio right now. And I also recently, very recently, I haven't even recorded one full episode, but I got some hardware, some equipment to do remote podcasting. So I could technically record from anywhere.
Oh,
But
oh,
for
that's
now, I
awesome.
do it at home. Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Do you ever travel for an interview, or do you always record online?
I typically record online, but I could travel for an interview. I have traveled for interviews because what's been cool is that as a podcaster, I have gotten invited to events, to meet artists, to watch like movies in the movie theater, and then I get to ask questions to the artist from the movie. And so I have gotten to travel for podcasts. However, the podcast is typically done online.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Why do you like podcasting?
I love podcasting because it's a way to create content that, in my opinion, is the most intimate because people choose to listen to me instead of landing on a channel or pushing a button and landing on a radio station.
Um,
That's why.
I'll
Anyhow.
pass the mic to Rafael.
Okay, what is your favorite thing to do beside podcasting?
My favorite thing, I would say I love reading. I really enjoy drawing and dancing, but I think podcasting is my favorite.
And what do you do for a living to make money?
I make money podcasting actually. And I also, through my work with tapping, I do sessions with people as a coach to help them tap.
Oh, yay.
I know. It's really
Oh,
fun.
gracias. Oh, sí. Want to know what career you want to have?
I still don't know what career I want to have, actually. I'm still learning. So, when I was little, I wanted to be an architect.
Hmm.
And I got as far as high school. And I grew up in Mexico City. So I got to go to high school in Mexico City. And I went through a program that was supposed to be kind of like a path for the architecture program. And then I ended up moving to the United States and I studied graphic design because it wasn't related, but in my head it was at the time. And so then I moved into marketing, and then I moved into operations and business, and I'm still figuring it out. I still don't know what I want to do.
Yeah. Other than Dylan.
What tools do you use for dealing with anxiety?
I use a tool that is called, the technical term is called emotional freedom techniques. But the easy way to say it is called tapping.
What is tapping? Why do you do that?
Tapping is a tool that everyone can do with their fingers. And you tap on different places in your body, sometimes a little bit in your face. And it's really light tapping. And it's almost like dabbing. And what it does is it helps your body calm down.
Why do you seem so happy on Instagram?
Because Instagram is fake. What you see on Instagram is not real.
Wait, Pam, does that mean you're not happy?
Well, I'm happy.
Yeah,
a lot
I
of the
saw you
time.
eating something, and I was laughing too.
I'm happy a lot of times, but not always.
Mhm.
I get sad too.
Yeah, I like it typing.
You like tapping?
Yeah. And me quiere mi nueve, me tap.
Nice.
Yeah.
I thought that was tap dancing.
Tap dance.
Mm.
No, it's tapping with your finger.
Before Dylan passes it to Angel, do you want to do a very short demonstration with us that we can try together?
Yes. Is everyone down?
You guys want to try it?
What does that mean?
All you have to
Yeah.
do is use your hands, and we'll do a very, very simple way of doing it. So we're going to pick your index and your middle finger together. And so what we're going to do is we're going to find on our neck, right below our throat, we have two little bones, like two circles that we can identify. So we're going to find them first on your neck, like right below your throat, right above your chest. So right here, we're going to find those two circles. It's like a bone. And then we're going to move our 2 fingers or 4 fingers down a little bit. So maybe if you want to look at inches, or maybe the size of your index finger, you're going to move down, and you're going to find that squishy part on your chest. So it's a very top. It's called the clavicle. So it's what's below your clavicle. And it's a squishy part on your chest. It's not in the middle of your chest. It's right above, right below your neck. And all you have to do is like gently, very gently, just tap one side and the other. And you can take a deep breath and release anything that you may have. And then we shake it up with our hands. Just release. Oh. It's a very simple way of tapping. Did it help?
Yes. Se me ayudó.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Perfect.
guess it helped.
Awesome.
Yeah, me too.
Yay.
Yo también.
Yay.
I'll pass it to Angel.
What is your favorite part of broadcasting?
My favorite part of podcasting is meeting the people that I'm going to interview and asking all the questions I get to ask them.
Like all the other people, they got all the questions, right?
Asking all the questions. That's a lot of fun for me.
All right. What is the hardest part of podcasting for you?
The hardest part of podcasting is, I would say, staying consistent.
What does that mean?
It means doing it when you say you're going to do it, and stay doing it, and doing it even when you don't feel like doing it, because it's like homework, because you say you're going to do it, and sometimes it doesn't feel like you want to do it. So that's hard.
Oh my, that's kind of like terrible, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but it's also fun. Once you get into it, it's really fun.
Okay. How can we improve our skills in podcasting?
I would say give yourself grace to make mistakes. to say words wrong. It's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. And to stay curious. Just be curious. Sometimes listening, we want to, or sometimes our brains think faster than our mouth. And so just give yourself space and take a deep breath and keep going.
All right, last one. What do you want to do with your life, or what are your future goals?
I still don't know what I want to do with my life. I'm figuring it out every day.
No.
But what I want to do in a future goal is I want to create an organization or a foundation that gives away a house to a single mom every year.
Oh, that's nice.
I grew up
Like
with a
you're
single
helping.
mom, so I want to give back.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll pass the mic to Uriel. Uriel, take away.
Okay, thank you, Angel. Speed run. What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is a giraffe
Oh, that's
or a
cool.
cheetah.
If you had to choose, how many pets would you want to have?
Ooh, I get to choose as many as my house can fit.
When is your birthday?
November 5th,
Oh, nice.
yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Oh, happy late birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. What is the best gift someone could give you?
Oof. I think a book of all the answers.
If we have time, let's open it up to our other producers for questions.
Let's do it.
Ahí va la question. ¿Usted nunca ha entrevistado a gente famosa de Televisa o
Sí,
sí?
entrevisté a Eugenio Derbez.
¿Oh, sí?
Entrevisté a Richard Montañez. You know, the
Oh.
guy that invented hot Cheetos? I interviewed him. Let's see. Sandra Cisneros, she's a famous author. You probably hit, I don't know, maybe she wrote The House on Mango Street.
Puede entrevistar a Canelo.
Canelo. Ooh, I'm going to add him to my list. Canelo's a famous boxer.
Do you like a cat?
I do like cats. I actually didn't before until I met my partner's aunt's cat, and she was lovely. So I fell in love with cats. I like cats now. I'm a dog mom, but I could take a cat.
I like a cat.
Cats are
No,
cool.
me dog. Yeah.
Ujú.
Do you speak Spanish?
Sí, yo hablo español.
Poquito, mucho.
Mucho.
Oh, a mí me gusta hablar mucho español.
Sí, se te hace
Ah,
más fácil, ¿verdad?
sí, a mí me gusta como un pastor alemán, como que a mí me gusta de acariciar o algo así, que a mí me
Mm,
gusta, o pasear o algo.
¿No tienes perrito ahorita?
Sí, sí tengo. Aquí tengo mi casa, se llama Tristan.
Trisa. His dog's name is Trisa.
Sí, es labrador cruzado con un pitbull.
Oh, wow. Muy
Ya está
bien.
grande, porque ya a mí me gusta a veces jugar, pero a veces, este, agarra los como calcetines míos, pero no, pero no, nomás agarra. Y yo,
His dog plays with his socks.
y dije, Tristan, ¿eso por qué agarras mis calcetines? Pero, no, eso no se agarra, pero yo me siento feliz.
Qué
Pero,
bueno. He's happy with his dog, even though he plays with his socks.
y listo,
Gracias por compartir.
de nada.
Thank you for sharing.
All right. What is your favorite superhero?
Oof, my favorite superhero. Well, I'm not going to do justice to the superhero universes because my knowledge of superheroes are only based on the movies. So don't mind me there. But I recently watched Blue Beetle, and he's really cool because he's brown like me. So that was a cool one.
Hold on. Patty has a comment in the chat.
Okay, so she say I have a problem with my anxiety. Sometimes I get scared, but what should I do whenever I get scared? What kind of coping skills should I use?
Yes, I get scared too. And so the point that I showed you, if you wanted to just find it in your body, you can do one hand, kind of like how I am doing it. And just naturally, humans do this. When we get scared, we tend to do this with our hands. And that's because there's a point right here in our body, because we have our nervous system, and different parts of the body are connected to the ways that we feel. And so what you could do is you could literally, the exercise that we did, you can gently tap on this part of your upper chest, or you can just gently, like, sometimes you don't even have to do anything. You can just put your hand there and hold yourself. And another one is to give yourself a hug. So a supportive hug where you grab one hand and then above your elbow, you hold it like this, and the other one also above your elbow, and you just kind of like tighten yourself a little bit and take deep breaths. That's a quick way. Of course, if your anxiety is a lot, then that's something to consult with a medical professional. But that's something that could help you in the moment. I hope that helps.
Angel, can you read Jackie's comment from the chat?
Okay, so she says, I have a question about my anxiety because I tend to push people away even though I don't mean to, or what should I do if my hands are shaking when I am scared or anxious?
I think that's a two-part question. So one, with the hands when they're shaking, there's an exercise where you fold your fingers like this and you imagine, right? So because if your hands are shaking, there's probably, we could say that there's a lot of energy in your hands. So that's what they're shaking. It's kind of like electricity. And so what you could do is you could do your fingers like this and then pull away, and then imagine that all that energy is being pulled away, and then you send it away. And then you do the next finger, and then you send it away. Then you do the next finger. And you do it gentle. You don't want to like do it super hard on your fingers. And then you shake it up and shake any energy, and then you do the opposite hand, starting with the thumb, like that. And then the next finger, and then the next finger, and then the next finger. Whew. And then make sure you are breathing. Make sure you breathe all the way, fill up your lungs, and then you release all the way. And give yourself a moment. And the other part about pushing people away, what if you tell them, I need a moment? Sometimes that helps. You could just say, hey, I need a moment.
Samaji, can you read Patty's?
So happy.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I got it.
You can just read the English. You don't have to read the Spanish. I don't know if you read Spanish or not.
Can I use my drawing as my skill for anxiety?
Yes. So the Spanish part says, I always use my skills, and my drawings, could they be part of my skills for anxiety? And I would say yes, you can absolutely bring in peace and calmness through your art, because drawing is a way of expressing yourself. And sometimes the emotion and the energy that anxiety is taking up in your body could come out through your drawings, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Cuando se trata de un examen, me pongo nervioso. ¿Qué puedo hacer para que no me ponga nervioso un poco antes del examen?
¿Te puedo contestar en inglés para que les sirva a todos?
Sí.
Okay, so Uriel asked, what happens when I am nervous before a test? Okay, so I'm going to teach you something, and everyone can do it. We can do it together before you take a test if you feel nervous. Okay, so let's see. We're going to do some tapping on our face. Okay, so just follow along. We're going to do right below our eye. So it's going to be right here. And you're going to say, I am at peace. And then we're going to go right below your nose. And we're going to say, I studied enough for my test. Right below your nose. And then we're going to go right below your lip. And you're going to say, I am smart. And then we're going to find your eyebrow, the beginning of your eyebrow. And you're going to say, I am at peace. And then we're going to find the end of your eye. I am smart. And then we go back to the bottom of your eye. I am ready to pass my test. We go back to the bottom of your nose. I can do this. We go back to the bottom of your mouth. And I'm ready for this test. And then we're going to take a deep breath. And hopefully, after you do that, you feel better.
Sí, ya me sentí más mejor.
Nice.
Now, do they have to say those words out loud? Does it matter if they say them out loud or not?
No.
They don't have to say them out loud. Sometimes they could be in a place where maybe if you're already in your classroom and you're like, oh, I can't be talking to myself, then you can imagine the words, but make sure that you're imagining them. If you can say them out loud, it works. And if you can imagine them, just imagine them.
Perdón.
No.
Si yo algún día quiero comenzar a podcast, puedo comenzar por entrevistar a la gente o por pensar con actores famosos.
¿Te puedo contestar en inglés?
Sí.
Okay. The question was, if I want to start my own podcast, do I start with artists or famous people? And my answer is going to be start with a wish list. So if on your wishes, if you're like, oh, who do I wish? Ask yourself, who do I wish to interview? And then write it down. And it could be Canelo, could be one. And it could be a lot of artists. Absolutely. Why not make it a dream? And then on my wish list, for example, I have been podcasting for 7 years, and there's still people that have been on my wish list since day one. So also give yourself permission to not get to your full wish list immediately. Does that help?
Sí. Gracias.
De nada.
Pam, is there anything else you want to share with us today?
I would say don't ever stop believing in yourself. Even when you feel anxious or a little nervous, just take a deep breath and remind yourself that you can do it.
Gracias por estar con nosotros acá en el show.
Gracias a ustedes.
Sí, de nada.
Thank you all.
Power Your Story podcast is produced by high school students in Chicago at the Creative Impostor Studios with production support from After School Matters.
Follow Power Your Story podcast on YouTube, Grab, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
Send us a message about today's episode on our website at poweryourstorypodcast.com.
Thank you for listening. Gracias por ayudarme. See you next time.